Hi, I'm Ross Jensen, co-creator and CEO of Scout the Statline. Welcome to the latest episode of The Next Big Thing, where I help shine a spotlight on prospects that you need to know. Today, I want to talk about Samuel Basallo. Perhaps Samuel would prefer to go by the name of Slamuel, given his impressive power stroke. Basallo is a 6'3", 200-pound, 19-year-old catcher and first baseman signed out of the Dominican Republic in January 2021 for $1.3 million by the Baltimore Orioles. He has a strong build, a powerful swing, better than expected speed, and a strong arm behind the plate. Playing most of the 2023 season at the tender age of 18, Basallo broke out in a big way. Across 3 separate levels, starting at Single A and finishing at Double A, he hit .313 with a .402 OBP and a .551 slugging percentage, with 20 home runs and a surprising 12 stolen bases. Basallo manages to hit for such power without over-swinging. Possessing excellent contact skills and plate discipline, Basallo only struck out in 19% of his plate appearances. He was so good in the Single A Carolina League that he received the league's MVP award. But he was actually more productive after receiving a promotion to High A, and then increased his OPS yet again in his small taste of Double A action. What a trend! Most analysts and pundits have said that Basallo is the number one catching prospect for the Baltimore Orioles. But in my opinion, that's selling him way too short. Basallo has the case to be the number one overall catching prospect. And if he keeps it up, next year, he could be in the mix for the best prospect in the game. Currently, I have him ranked just below 17-year-old phenom Ethan Salas for catchers, who has shattered age-level conventions in a way we haven't seen since Alex Rodriguez. However, speaking strictly from the position of production, Basallo was undoubtedly the better overall offensive force in 2023. So, while most major outlets prefer Ethan Salas, I think this is actually quite a bit closer than the general consensus would have you believe. Basallo's future is very bright. He looks like another potential star in a rising star-studded Orioles system. While he has the tools to become one of the best catchers in baseball, given the presence of Adley Rutschman, it's quite possible we see Basallo move off the position to first base. Though that would not maximize his skill set given his strong arm, his bat has shown more than enough potential to play at that position. Basallo ranks in the mid-40s by both MLB Pipeline and Baseball America. His peak projections at Scout the Statline, however, are simply off the charts. Without regression, Basallo projects to be 47% better than the average hitter, with a .284, .360, .511 triple slash line with 30 home runs per 600 plate appearances. He receives well above average scout grade equivalencies 65 for hit and 70 for power. And despite flashing some this season, his speed grades out as well below average. Notably, Scout the Statline is very high on Basallo, and he comes in as our number 2 overall hitting prospect. And it's not just Scout the Statline viewing him so favorably. Basallo pops on just about every formulated ranking system out there. In fact, he is currently the number 1 overall prospect on our formulated consensus. Yeah, above Jackson Holliday, above Junior Caminero. Personally, I have him a tick below that level, at number 20 overall. Whether you're watching this video as a fantasy player or as a collector, Despite his rise, somehow it still feels like Slamuel is underrated, and I fully endorse going after him. For collectors specifically, Basallo was recently released in the Bowman 2023 Chrome collection, coming in with one of the higher market price cards in the collection. However, at roughly 36% of the cost of buying a new Ethan Salas card, it remains a steal nonetheless. In fact, despite the price tag, Basallo has the best score on the Buy Sell Index, or BSI, on the Scout the Statline Hobby Advantage tool. In short, regardless of position, Slamuel could be one of the best hitters to come out of the minor leagues within a few years. Despite all of his hitting and accolades, for whatever reason, somehow he still seems underrated. To steal a common refrain from our Bats and Stats player evals, go get him. Well, that does it for today's episode of The Next Big Thing. If you enjoyed learning about Samuel Basallo, please help support us by liking our video and subscribing to our channel. Until next time.
No balls, 2 strikes with 2 outs and the base is empty. Next pitch, Basallo drives one, deep right field. Jimenez goes back, and that one ain't coming back. Se fue pa la calle. A walk-off home run for Samuel Basallo in the bottom of the 9th. And the Birds win it 6-5.